This video, we are going to figure out area with unit squares. So the awesome part about unit squares is that when it's just a few of them, we can literally count them. So for this one, we could either just say 1, 2, 3, or we could do it the long way, which would be to find the area, which is length times width. So to do that, we would do this, which is our length, and that's 1, 2, 3, so that's 3. And this one is 1. And then we would multiply those. So it would be 3 times 1 equals 3. So obviously for this one, it's easier to just count it. But as we get into more difficult ones with more squares, it's going to be easier to use this method. All right, so this one, we could do our length times width and then add to it. So here we have 2. And here we have 2. So we know this group is 2 times 2, which is 4. And then we have to add this little outlier here. So 4 plus 1 is 5. All right, this one, we will do our group here. So that's going to be 2. This side too. And then 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. Then we add this little loner. 4 plus 1 is 5. And again, you could always check your answers, your multiplication. You could check your work by going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be more difficult when there's more squares, but for these ones, it works just fine. So this one, your best bet is just to count the squares. So 1, 2, 3. And this one, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 1 is 5. All right, now we have our multiple choice ones. So this always, what I like to do is find my own answer before I look at the choices, because if I find an answer that's a choice down here, chances are that that's the correct answer. So I would do my length is 2, my width is 1, so my answer 2 times 1 is 2. And then I'm going to look down here. Is 2 units an option? Yes, it is. So I'm going to choose that. Super job. All right, so this one, I'm just going to go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3. And here we go. And every square represents 1 unit square. So 1, 2. And this one, again, you know, when it's a strange shape that's easier just to count the squares, just count them. Make your job easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get to the hard ones where we have to multiply, but for these ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's go to level 3. All right, so now we have a trickier one. So for this one, let's do it by group. All right, so let's portion them off. All right, so we have this group, which is going to be 1 times 3. So this group is going to be 3. And then this one, 2 times 2, which is 4. Okay, and then since this one and this one is the same, we know that this one is also 3. Okay, and then we could just look at these kind of outliers. 2. This guy is the same as this guy, so this is also going to be 2. Then we have 1 on its own, and then we go ahead and count. So we have 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. 12 plus 2 is 14. 14 plus 1 is 15. So our answer is going to be 15. Ooh, this is a big one. Okay, so again, we're going to go ahead and do groups for this one. This is one that it's much smarter and quicker to multiply and do our length times width. So let's do length of this is going to be 3. And then our width is 3. So this group, 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, and then we'll do this guy. So 2, and our width, or our length, is 4. Okay, so this group is 8. And then the rest, really, you could just count. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 9 plus 8 is 17. 17 plus 3 is 20. And 20 plus 4 is 24. So that is our answer, 24 unit squares. Nice work. All right, this is another one. We're going to have to do our length times width formula and then add some of it. All right, so let's start with this group. So we have our length of 2. We have our width of 4. Okay, so 4 times 2 is 8. So this group is 8. All right, we'll do our next group. So we have over here, this group. So we have 2 times 3. So this group is 6. And then we'll go ahead and count these. 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 4. And then there's 3. And then we'll add them together. So 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. So 21 unit squares. So once the areas get harder, you're using both strategies actually. You're doing your length times width and your simple counting. Although now I forgot what I said the answer was. 8, 10, 12, 18, 19, 20, 21. 51 unit squares. All right, this one, again, we have our multiple choice, but I'm going to find my answer first and then look to make sure that the answer is down there. So we're going to do our length is 2. Our width is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. All right, and then I'm just going to add the rest. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 units. Is that one of my answers? Yes, it is. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that. Ooh, this is a big one. All right, but it is multiple choice. So let's do this big group. Ooh. This is our length, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our width is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, scratch that. Our width is going to be only 3 because we only want to do the whole group. So we'll do it all the way up to here. All right, 6 times 3 times 3 is 18. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and count the rest, which it's a lot, but we'll count it. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Is that an answer? It sure is. There we go.